I wish I had some water.
Well, I mean, you could ask earlier. I have like a whole bag full of it, but
So what's your plan for the rest of the night?
I don't have shit going on, dude.
So what do you think about Darius Bennett?
What was that thing you just spit out right there?
Cough drop?
Oh, cool.
Yeah. You think this is a good setup?
Yeah, this is a good setup. It looks nice in here. I like it.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, the red curtains really set the mood nice. You do a good job, and you're matching it. Fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, the red curtains are so standard. I feel like it just shows that you're in show business. Like it's not just normal curtains. These are flashy.
Yeah, welcome to show business, kid. I mean,
These are show business curtains.
I felt like I walked into a kind of like a circus a little bit, you know, like this is the inside of a carnival, you know.
Yeah. We're back.
Yeah, go ahead, take your time. Sounds a lot better now. Whatever that was. One day we will record. There you go.
That's why water bottles are going to destroy the planet.
Yeah, I also don't like smart water. Smart water kind of sucks.
Huh. Yeah, it tastes like hospital water.
Pool water is what I think. I always like it makes my throat sore if I drink it too much. Like those big ass bottles that they give.
Yeah.
Are we on right now or what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Rolling right into it. Hi, Hans. Welcome to my podcast. Thanks for coming by.
Sorry it's so unprofessional.
I prefer it this way. If it was professional, I'd fuck it up.
Do you think the country is in a good place right now or in a bad place?
I don't give a fuck. I don't care. It's always in the same state of chaos. We good now?
Yes.
Hell yeah, there we go. Do you think the world's in a good spot?
No, I think we're in a bad spot right now.
Really?
Yeah.
What makes you think that right now is a bad spot?
Because we have no direction.
Uh-huh.
We are able to do anything, but we don't do what we want. We're like this tortured amalgamation of different things.
You're talking about overall humanity here, like
Yeah.
everybody?
Yeah.
I think we're pretty driven as a human race.
Okay, so what are we doing? Just creating value for shareholders?
Well, yeah, I mean there is like the consumerism is like taking over everything, but on top of that, you still have scientists working on shit trying to get better vehicles, better like spacecraft, better fucking technology, faster computers.
But if it's not to help humanity, then what's the point of all of this?
But it's always been the vast majority of people looking out for themselves and a very small group of people working for humanity, and that's always been the case.
So do you think we should keep it that way or
No, no, but I mean, what the fuck are we gonna do? Like, what? How is it?
comedy?
It's never gonna stop. Yeah, it's yeah.
Well, I think
We can point
comedy
at it
is
and
like
laugh. That's all we got.
talking about it. So at least we're just figuring out what the problem is.
Well, yeah. I mean,
We're getting good at communicating
the
with
word,
comedy.
the weirdest thing is, I truly believe that capitalism is the problem. Like, I don't even know. I don't know if it's like capitalism as a thing, like just in, or the version of it that we're doing right now. Like, could we make capitalism awesome and make everything run great and everybody's happy, rather than like, most of the wealth being controlled in the 1% and blah blah blah. Like, couldn't we figure it out to where it's something different? I don't want to sound like a communist here, but
Yeah, we this isn't the best way. There's like millions of different ways, so maybe we should tweak it and
yeah.
find out what's going
But
wrong.
once you start saying that kind of shit, there's an uprising. There's a fucking don't infringe on my rights. That shit's never. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you think like any improvement is met with resistance?
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's all yeah.
But why would that be the case? I think it's just the way that it is now, but it doesn't always have to be that
No,
way.
it doesn't always have to be that way, but what you're saying has been said forever. They were saying the same shit during Vietnam. They were saying the same shit during World War One. They were like, it doesn't have to be this way. Like we can
Let's
all
try
get
to
along.
improve.
Yeah, but and we are constantly improving. We took there's like a little we took a little stutter step, I feel like,
Yeah.
people got caught up in some bullshit, but like other than that, it's all continuing to move upward. We're not moving down.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting better technology, but what are we like
Healthcare,
what are we taking
access to
care of?
information. Yeah, we're not
Who
taking
are
care.
we who are we
Ukraine,
doing it all for?
Ukraine's probably sick right now. I mean, we
Are
sent them.
you Ukrainian?
No, no, I wish I'd be over there helping the boys.
Yeah. If you were Ukrainian, you'd be so rich right now.
Oh yeah, dude. If I was a Ukrainian comedian, I'd run the fucking joint, dude.
um, you know the guy that runs Ukraine is a comedian.
That's yeah, yeah. That's why I said that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what's your favorite thing about basketball?
My favorite thing about basketball, probably the conflicts. The conflicts are my favorite part.
Who would you say starts a lot of the conflict?
Probably you. You start a whole bunch of the conflicts, dude.
Why do you think I do that?
I don't know. You want to bring honor to your team, and you hold that dear to your heart. You get fucking ramped up, dude.
I start arguments like
You stir the pot. You're a little shit starter, dude. You're a little.
I'm like, hey, maybe we should play two games of 4-on-4 instead of one game of five on
This is the
five.
gayest conversation ever to have right now. Yes, yes. You stir the
So,
pot and you start the fights.
what kind of like comedic style do you like? Do you like riffing, or are
Yeah.
you more like a storyteller?
I don't know. I'm fucking new at this. I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I don't think I can really tell. Like I can tell made up stories. I can't tell fucking real stories yet. But kind of just silliness, I guess.
So,
I don't know if that's ranting or not.
you just like making up stories?
No, not really. I mean, I like making observations. I think the way that I want to be, I don't know if I'm doing it yet, but the way I want to be is like a conversationalist. Like I want to be able to just like fucking talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, am I losing you here?
So we could have like a normal conversation and that would be funny, right?
Sure. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So what do you think about me on the basketball court? You think it's like I'm like too emotional or
No, I think that yeah, maybe yeah, yeah. No, but you're mostly fine. I don't know why people want to. People kind of fuck with you. I don't know. I don't know who starts it. I don't know if it's you or the other people, but you're always somehow in the middle of the shit. You're always
yeah,
right there.
even when other people are fighting, I try to get involved with them
So you
fighting.
you like conflict,
Yeah.
yeah, but you haven't been in that many fights.
No.
That's crazy.
I mean, I feel like you shouldn't be in a fight. Like I rely on not getting in a fight because it's a society and then I push the limits of society and see how far I can take society before it becomes animalistic.
Yeah, but you're betting on the fact that people are also buying into civilization as much as you. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta fucking resort to the old methods. You gotta get in there, get dirty with some
Is that
folks.
is that ideal?
It's
How much of that would you say is ideal to have? Because you don't want to become like Japanese
no.
and Tom Green come to
I
your
would
country.
hate to become Japanese. That would be terrible for my life.
Yeah, you would be so docile and people would just fuck with you and you just take it.
Take it, just fucking learn karate in silent, but never use it because that's the honorable thing to do. No, I don't know. I feel like you should. I think you should have like a level of I think you should have like a level of fucking that kind of like warrior type that just distracted them. That fucking ruined me right there. Do you
Is
want to fix it?
so you want to be a warrior.
No, I don't want to be. I used to be a fighter and I quit that because I didn't want to be in that mindset. I didn't want to
You
do
don't
that.
want to fight.
No, I just don't want to fucking I don't want to be ramped up for no reason. I'd rather chill.
So it's for no reason. That's the part you couldn't stand is faking an emotion of pure anger and
Yeah. Yeah. I
rage.
like do you feel truly angry in those moments to the point of like losing control?
When I'm fighting with Darius,
Yeah, when you're fighting with Darius, were you like
no.
genuinely mad?
I was just like, let's see how far you take it, motherfucker, because I know I don't want to fight you.
But that's a problematic stance because you're gonna end up in a fight. Like that's
I know, but then if you just go limp, then they look stupid. Like he was just choking me for no reason.
I'm gonna fuck with you until you do something, and then after that, I'm playing dead. I'm fucking going
Yeah.
limp, falling down.
Let's just all only make it about talking. Let's see how far we can go with just talking.
Yeah, I mean, they say the pen is mightier than the sword, but that guy never got his head chopped off. So
I mean, some people like being like, I am in reality and I can fuck you up at any moment. I'm just choosing not to. And that's just like a constant thing that they have to say. But I like to be like, let's not spec into getting good at fucking each other up because
yeah,
that's pointless.
hmm
If we're playing the game of life, then let's play make awesome shit. So um yeah, like I'm not gonna be good at fighting people, but that's not because I couldn't have spent my whole life becoming a Buddhist warrior. It's because like ultimately that's like a pointless way to live your life. But I'm glad that you did fighting. Like it's cool that some people get to make a living out of it.
I never did. But I mean, like I trained. I think it's a good skill to have because,
It calms you down.
well, no, in general, it's like you're saying like you like this whole civilization thing, and like that's
Yeah.
awesome. But it's like that's not kind of reality. Like reality is a mixture of everything. Like that shit bleed.
But
Like
how far are you willing to go? You want to go back to caveman days, or you want a caveman
I'm
running
not saying go
around?
back to this. I'm saying this is what it is. Like it is that. It's not. I'm
So
not
you
saying that we
like
should go
having
and.
poor people around just to threaten you to feel alive?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I like them fucking trying me. I like a poor person to come up and ask me for money. No, it's just like you. The way that it is right now is that's what it is. Like, yeah, hopefully we get into a utopian society where all we do is talk and never fight and fucking only invent things. But that's not how it is. Like, you could be walking down the street having you're going to work, you're going to your corporate job, you fucking just got a bagel, you're on your way, and then just a fucking person beads into society and punches you in the face because they're homeless and crazy. Like, they want to
You want to
attack you.
be aware of that.
You want to be able to defend yourself. Like, you have.
You don't want to be so lost that you're not in reality.
Here's a good thing. Here's a good point. I think that you need a level of awareness of the savagery aspect in order to live a calmer and better life in society.
So you know what you're fighting against and to not go to that. Like or to go to that or
The
and
one
come out of
person who
it.
doesn't want to get into a fight is a guy who got his ass kicked the last time. Like most of the
Hmm.
time, you don't want to get into a fight after you get your ass handed to you. So
Yeah.
it's like if you have that humbling, you're not gonna fucking push. You're not gonna like pry people. You're not gonna try
And
and
you
pump
know
people up.
what fighting is. It's not just an abstract concept where you're like, I challenge you because I hate you and I
No,
feel bad. It's like,
yeah,
oh, it's like a physical process. And
yeah,
it's like
and you're not gonna be the
doesn't feel
same.
great
Yeah, you're
all
going
the
to
time.
change after. Like,
Yeah, would you really want to connect with this guy that you're fighting with? You're
yeah,
gonna think about this guy forever now
yeah, yeah,
if
right.
you fight
Don't
him.
give him the power. Don't
Yeah.
attach your souls to each
Don't
other.
create a memory for this guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad that I never hit Darius and I
Good.
never
And
laid
you,
hands
it's
on
water
him.
under the bridge. You guys shook hands and you're good now, right? Yeah.
We fist bumped.
You fist bumped, which is in his world, that's a handshake. So,
Mm. I think he's a little more he's like more angry about it than I am.
well,
So I win.
yeah, 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 dude, you fucking conquered. Yeah, he's still thinking about it right now, and you've already let it go.
Oh shit, I was thinking about it. I don't really want to think about it, but it is like one of my least problematic things that I'm thinking about.
What's your second least problematic?
Um, I have to
Really stumped me
fight
with that
Rick
one.
Diaz on May 10th.
Oh yeah, you feel that? I mean, you got that. That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
You're gonna do great.
You don't know what jokes I'm gonna do.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't know.
Yeah,
But I
so it might
mean,
not be fine.
but I think you're a better comedian than Rick Diaz.
Well, thanks
So
for saying that.
I
A lot of people don't say that, but I appreciate you saying that.
yeah,
But it's
internet
really,
trolls are fucking gay though.
it's true.
They all they
I
all
can't wait to prove them wrong.
yeah.
But I hope that I have good jokes. I already wrote them down,
Are
but
you
I'm
tinkering at
just
all, or
nervous.
they're already set? Because this,
I
when
want
is
to
that shit?
tinker.
When is that?
That is in on May 10th.
Oh, that's coming up.
Yeah, it's in
Yeah.
15 days.
Ooh, fuck. Yeah, so tinker a little bit, but
Yeah,
you got your shit down. You've been there
I'll tell
before.
you the jokes,
Okay.
and then you can
No, just
critique
tell me
them.
right now. Let's put it on the podcast. So if you're a true Hans Kim fan, you get to see it, you know?
So what are your favorite things about stand-up comedy?
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you get too high sometimes? Do you think that getting high is a bad thing sometimes for some people?
For some people, yeah. I don't think I do. I think I feel fine. There are times where I can get a little too high, and then it's you definitely feel crowd work start slipping a little bit, but I kind of have I know where I can be, you know. But yeah, I think for some people don't smoke weed for sure.
Are you a fan of drinking?
Yeah, I,
So would you say don't drink alcohol?
if it doesn't work for you, don't do it. Before a set, you're saying, or just in general?
Just before a set,
Before a set,
over.
I don't know. I don't want to get fucked up before a set. I can perform better very high than I can perform very drunk. You know what I mean? So it's
What
like,
I don't like about getting drunk is that it affects my mouth. I get like dead. It numbs my
yeah,
tongue
and you start
sometimes.
mumbling words together and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that affects a vocal performance where I'm like, I wish I said that better, or I stumbled over that word.
Mm-hmm.
Do they understand what I said? But other than that, I think a little bit of alcohol is good because it makes you silly and loose.
Yeah, definitely lubes you up.
Yeah. So what's your favorite thing about all the fucking people that think that Darius Bennett is a good guy?
I don't, my favorite thing about comedy out here is that there is actually like a something on the horizon. Like it seems like it's going to be something.
There's a ladder.
Yeah, like there's a structure because where I came
Hmm.
from, like it kind you saw like a plateau. You saw like a
Great open micers.
yeah, good open micers,
That's it.
but you no, we would get on shows like, but the comedians put on these shows like you weren't getting in clubs, and the clubs that there were some clubs that you would get into, but then it's like hard to string together a bunch of shows. It's like everybody is trying to pour into these places. There's not a lot of outlets for comedians, but out here it's like you can get up anywhere. There's so many spots to do shows or open mics or anything here. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a rich, bountiful place for comedy.
Yeah, the only problem is I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I don't know yet. If like
Hmm.
being in a
Well, the city is a resource or it's like a relationship. You use it for yourself. If it's
mhm.
not working out for you, there's no point in staying.
Yeah,
You, I mean, you got to just weigh your options and see if you could do better elsewhere or if it's just problems that would persist no matter where you move.
yeah.
But I think every person interacts with the city differently depending on, their personality and their mood and where they are in life.
Do you
There's
like this
things.
city?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's been great,
Yeah.
but you know, it's I wish that there were more spots for me.
Hmm.
I feel like that there isn't as many spots as I could be doing in New York or LA.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the interesting thing too is like there's different tiers. Like I'm not in your world at all. Well, maybe a little bit, but like for the most part, I'm not in your bracket of comedian. So like for you, you can say that like, yeah, I wish I could get more spots or whatever. But for me, like where I'm at in my level, it's like, yeah, I feel like there's a decent amount of spots for people like me, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I was just doing mics and before I got into Austin, I was doing mics in Austin for a while, so I know that's how I came into the scene, and it
Hmm.
was a good scene, especially during the pandemic. There was the only scene going on, so for me, it made sense to stay. And I was living in my van. I was gonna leave before summer. I was just visiting for a little bit, but
That's
and
when
then
you were coming from Washington at that point?
yeah,
Okay.
LA and then Arizona and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it depends on where you enter the scene. Like every scene is different. So I would say like test it out. Like everyone is so afraid to move. It's like you can move back.
Yeah.
But
I'm
yeah.
not moving back.
Yeah.
This is I know
I mean, not just Austin, but like New York and
everywhere.
LA
Yeah.
and just test it out and
Yeah.
find what school vibes with you.
I feel like sorry. Fucking God.
It's like visiting colleges.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I found the place. Like I like it. I fit in here. I fit in well with amongst like the
Are
other
you from
students here.
Florida?
Yeah, from Orlando.
So you have all your friends here.
Yeah, yeah. We have a lot of friends here. Like the
That
Orlando.
helps. That's why like immigrants move in together, like
Yeah, that's how you get
Vietnamese.
like Chinatown and fucking Little Italy and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see it in a microcosm in comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great because it allows you to shine. It's like gives you guys an easy path to just make it positive instead of being like tortured and negative.
Yeah, you have
You know,
buddies around with you doing the same shit. And I'm very happy with like the people that come from Orlando. We're like pretty close, you know, like we're both none of us have any resentment towards each other, or at least we don't fucking show it, at least, you know, like we're
you
all
guys have a good way to hang out
yeah, like we're
because you
all
guys are Orlando vibes.
hmm
Bring the vibes with you.
yeah. Orlando was a great scene. Everybody in this every comic that is successful from Orlando that was around when I was going was like very helpful in the beginning, was very
It's
uh
amazing how that happens.
yeah. Dude, I
Like,
feel
who's to
so
say
lucky.
Orlando would have been a good scene?
I know. And I started just after.
What do you think it is, the material conditions of Orlando that make it such a good scene? Is it their proximity to the entertainment district
Yeah,
of
it's probably
Disney World?
yeah, we're so close to Disney World. We just keep pumping out because that's what Disney's known for is great comedians. So that's why we just keep pumping them out, dude.
Disney?
Yeah, Disney.
Disney's known for animated
Gilbert
movies.
Godfrey is a great comedian. He worked for Disney for years.
Disney.
Uh, well,
I'm just wondering what is it about Orlando that makes this such a great scene?
I
There
don't
has to
know.
be
There has to be a
like
reason.
what is this commonality? A lot of black people.
I think it's a mixture of things. Like it's a mix of people. There's a decent amount. Like there's a black population, Hispanic population, white population, fucking
Is there like a sports team that everyone loves?
the Orlando Magic, but
Is
nobody
there
really gives a fuck about
You
them that
guys
much.
are a Florida city with no access to beaches.
Hmm.
So you just,
Drive around, go to bars.
yeah, you're talking to each other all the time.
Yeah.
What's the layout of the city like? There's like a entertainment district.
No, it kind of sucks. Like
Nobody goes there.
Orlando kind of because it's so close to Disney, they're like kind of like trying to like PG-13 our like downtown.
Yeah.
And downtown Orlando's
It's like
small.
Times Square in New York.
Yeah, they're just trying to like
It's
make it
commercial.
yeah, more family friendly. But the city itself is and it's crazy cuz like Orlando like Disney isn't even in Orlando. It's in fucking Kissimmee. Like Orlando, downtown Orlando is 45 minutes away from Disney.
Yeah.
It's a totally different place. But the city itself is nice, but it's small. And then all
Where does
this
all the comedy happen?
mostly right outside of downtown, like all like the I don't know how to like it's like South Congress type shit, you know, just
Yeah.
regular bars, fucking
Like
bungalows.
a bar district.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Milk District comedy.
Milk District. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that
So are there a lot of people, places to live around there? Is there a lot of cheap housing?
no, no, not really. That's why I moved here. Was because out there it was so
Well,
expensive to
how do
live.
people get there? Everyone drives.
Yeah, you drive around the whole city. I mean
Every
everything
comic drives.
for the most part. Yeah, you have to
Damn.
because all the gigs are fucking. You can't walk to them, but you can drive to them within 10 minutes. But if you walk to them, it's gonna take you fucking half hour to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is at a certain time when it was like in its heyday, you could hit three different open mics in one night and like in a timely manner.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could hit at least one mic a night every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I got okay was just from fucking having so many repetitions.
Nice. So
Yeah,
how many mics would you do a week?
probably around like 11.
That's good.
Yeah.
One and a half every day.
Well, yeah, it was just like offset. Some days you would have three, some days you'd have two, one.
I would do the music mics and I'd do 15 minutes.
Yeah, those are the shit. Go to a kava bar, like
I would do like 3 mics a night for like forever, for like 5 years. So it
comics
was a
sleep on
legit
the
time.
all arts mics. They sleep on them because you do get 15 minutes. So you get a
The
lot of time.
audience is so soft
Yeah, yeah.
and you get 15 minutes. But it could go bad.
Oh, 100%. I had one of my buddies get like ranked by his neck and like almost choked out at a kava place just because he was talking shit about Hispanics and he's Puerto Rican.
I went to a music mic and it was like just a bunch of dudes,
Mhm.
old dudes playing blues. And I was like, I'm gonna tell jokes now.
Yeah,
And they hated me.
yeah.
Like, fucking ruining it. I made them look ridiculous.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
this is cool. We're playing music. And I'm
Yeah,
stupid.
you didn't even try to like bond with the audience at all. You're like, look at all you fucking idiots playing
Yeah.
blues. I had a guy, I was like 3 weeks into comedy, and I'd been a fan of podcast and comedy before, so I was like kind of aware. Like I've heard comedians talk about comedy, and the thing that I always heard was like when you first start comedy, oh, everybody does dick jokes and porn jokes and all that shit, right? So I was like, oh, I don't want to be that guy. I'm new. I don't want to keep doing dick jokes. Let me try and write some shit about what's going on. And at the time, we were pulling out of Afghanistan, and we left like all the like equipment over there, planes
Mm.
and shit, whatever. So I did. It was a 10-minute mic, and I had a whole 10-minute set about Afghanistan, and it was okay. Like it was like little corny fucking 9/11 jokes spliced in there and shit, whatever. Um, but I didn't say anything negative about the military people or anything. I was just talking about the Afghanistan situation. And then I get off stage, I sit down, and the next comic, Captain Wright, goes up on stage, and the guy gets up to cross his name off of the list, and, like a guy from the bar. And he goes, "Oh, you don't want to do it? You don't want to do it anymore?" And then his wife stands up and was like, "Don't even fucking start, motherfucker," talking to the captain. And then the husband's like, "No, no, 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 it's not you, it's not you. It's this asshole right here." And he points to me and he was like, "I fucking served in Afghanistan. I lost 9 people over there. You incent," and he's just yelling at me. And he's obviously drunk. And my reaction was just to go, "Hey, dude, I'm sorry. I suck at comedy. Like, I'm just trying to be funny." And he tried to
Did he
literally try to be,
understand it?
no, he tried to beat my ass. He
He
like
didn't
grabbed me by my
understand
neck.
that you were just making a joke.
Yeah, he didn't get it.
What was the joke?
I mean, it was like a whole 10-minute set, but like most of it was pretty much just about like I had a joke about a guy making it because they had that cabal like plane taking off and people trying to grab on.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, there was actually a guy that made it. He hung on the entire way, and believe it or not, as soon as he got here, they fucking deported him. They didn't even put him in the plane. They just fucking closed the shit back up and sent him back. And I was like, that guy deserves to be here. That guy wants to be here more than any of us. That guy deserves a fucking Medal of Honor. All right, that guy is a superhero. But instead, we deported him. Obviously made up. And then the other one was that like Afghanistan is just America's trap house. You know, like it's,
So they weren't even against the troops. You were just mentioning that it exists and
yeah.
that we went there.
I was talking about the opium
So
and all that
it's
shit, and
like
yeah,
the guy was just mad that people know that it happened. He
yeah. He
just
doesn't want
salty that
anybody talking
everyone
about it.
saw his L.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He didn't even have to admit that, dude. He could have came up and been like, "Hey, I served. I'm a badass," and been like, "Okay, all right, buddy." But instead, he's talking about all the
He's
guys he
mad
left.
about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the nine is like a right wing talking point where they're like, 9 people died. And that's your fault because 9 people died at the end. So I don't know if
Uh,
he was talking about his nine or he was talking about the 9 people that died in Afghanistan because we were there for no reason.
yeah. There was only 9 people that died in Afghanistan.
No, on the last day when we were pulling out,
Oh,
nine
nine.
people died.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
So then that's why I'm wondering if it's like the dude was just saying in general, we lost 9 people today. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, we all lost them.
No, he said I lost them, and then I
I
kept
don't
saying, "I'm
know. You
sorry, I
sound like a
suck."
bad compatriot, a
Uh,
bad
Patriot.
soldier.
Yeah. No.
9 of your brothers died.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. Like, you should have been a better shot, fucko.
I just think it's funny that he's like ready to get into a fight about that. You
Yeah,
know?
you fought for our freedom of speech, and yet you're about to put hands on me because I said something you don't like. You know?
Yeah. I think it's also because I don't know what the energy was like, but a lot of people don't understand the joke. They just know that you're t what the subject you're talking
Hmm.
about and the emotion.
Yeah.
So they're like Afghanistan, and I don't know what the energy in
My
there was like.
emotion was always lighthearted, like being like, "What
Right,
the
but
fuck?"
what the audience? What was the
Yeah.
audience? Was
I
it
mean, it was a shit mic. It was like
so
those
there's
two
probably
people.
not a great vibe. So the dude's like, "You're
Yeah.
bringing up Afghanistan for and making us feel like this." So he just
Yeah.
associated those two together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't really understand comedy. They just are approaching life in whatever weird way that they do. Like some people are primitive animals and they're just fighting for survival.
Yeah.
Others of us are living in a society that has rules.
I think, dude, I think the barbaric way would be so much simpler. It'd be so much simpler.
You would die from typhus. You would die
Did
from
you just
getting
make up a
mauled
fucking
by
disease?
a fucking tiger.
What's
Typhus
typhus?
is what you get a shot for.
You mean tetanus?
Typhus fever. Typhus fevers are a group of diseases caused by bacteria that are spread to humans by fleas, lice, and chiggers.
Uh, yeah, probably would get some fleas and shit. I don't know. I'm a
Yeah.
pretty hardy person. I think I could survive for a while.
But there's so much better society can do for you, probability wise, in terms of survival.
Yeah, for sure. But what about the kind of like calmness and simplicity that allows a person to have peace rather than having all of this technology interfering with your life and like pulling your attention in a million different ways and you have all this information bugging your brain. Instead, shut it all off. I have to eat today. I have to stay warm. And if anybody tries me, I kill them. Like that's pretty simple. And you might find some
Yeah.
peace in that.
Yeah, but that would be frustrating as a human. Then you would crave this.
Yeah, then you would crave skyscrapers and damn, remember zip lines?
Yeah.
Remember how fucking cool that shit was?
You can't even go without your phone for a day because
Yeah.
we're connected and that's important. We feel like we're a part of it, even if we're not doing anything. We're like, oh, we did that today. We
Yeah.
made, you know,
That's the thing I hate most about comedy is the need for a fucking cell phone
you need to
and
be on Instagram all the time.
yeah, I hate it. I just want to get on stage, I want to be funny and I want people to buy tickets. Like that's all I want, but you need that extra step. You need to become a fucking business person, an entrepreneur in order to fucking really kick it off in this, you know? Like I don't want to be the guy who's like everybody talks about and is like, "Oh, do you know that guy? Oh man, he was so fucking funny, man. Yeah. No, he didn't do a lot, you know, like he was just, you know, around and
Yeah,
I
you want to be like Lenny Bruce or
I don't
like
want to be Lenny Bruce. I want to be Dan Soder. That's who I want to be. That's what I
you
want.
want to be Lenny Clark.
Lenny Clark. No. Fuck Lenny Clark.
Lenny Clark is a Boston legend.
Lenny Clark sucks. Okay.
Lenny Clark killed it at the mothership. One of
Oh
the
my god.
hardest kills ever.
Yeah, the easiest room to perform in. Fuck Lenny Clark. Okay? That's what I say. I'm just trying to push society to to its bounds, you know, just with voice.
You're acting like I did at the basketball court
Yeah,
today.
I know. No, I don't know who that person is, but I don't know. I
He's a local legend in Boston.
yeah,
So when people are like local legends,
that
like
guy.
people talk very highly of him.
Mhm. But he's not like wor- as well renowned as he should be.
He's not famous. He doesn't have
Yeah.
a. He was on Rescue Me. Dennis Leary
He was on Rescue
helped
Me?
him. Yeah,
No fucking way.
Lenny Bruce, Lenny Clark.
Oh my god, I had
He's
no
a fat
idea.
guy with the tiny slope. Like
What's the
he's
show called?
Rescue Me.
Yeah, I was such a big fan of that show. It was a good one.
He was on other shit. So what's your favorite thing about
Wait, who do you
comedy?
no, 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 let me ask you. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay. So who do you strive to be comedically?
Um, probably Mitch Hedberg.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, I see that.
He was in The Job. He was in Rescue Me. So
What
what
do you
did
mean
you
this guy's
think?
not famous?
What are you trying to accomplish
I
on
just want to I
stage?
want to oh, on stage?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What kind of results would you like? Whose audience's reaction do you want crave the most?
earthquake. Like I
You
want
want black people?
no, I don't want to be a black guy, but I want, dude, like nobody kills harder than black comics in my mind. It's just like, I don't know. Like every time I've seen
Well, they have
anybody,
an advantage,
do they though?
but they also have a disadvantage at the same time.
So that means it's fucking null and void. It's
Yeah,
fucking,
black people are like you have to kill so hard as a black comic to get to the same place that a white comic can get to. It's
mm,
harder, I think.
mm, maybe, yeah,
I think that there isn't a great ladder in comedy. I mean, white people have Joe Rogan,
yeah.
and I mean he loves Ian Edwards and Ali Sadiq, so he helps black people, but he is white, and you just are naturally gonna understand your cultural stuff better. And I don't think there's a black Joe Rogan. I think that they don't have a good ladder in comedy. I think they have a good ladder in football, basketball, but I think a lot of talent goes to waste because they don't get the push. Comedy is so you need so many pushes
Yeah.
to make a career, and hopefully you can withstand it. But life is harder as a black person, probably have kids or whatever. But yeah, I think that if black people had like a ladder, that there would be way more famous black people because black people are so talented because they're in the room, they're present. It's perfect for comedy.
Yeah. No, like, and that's what I mean by like I've seen people like Cam. Cam, when I first started, is when he was coming up, and like I watched him murder open mics that sucked, that were just god awful things, and it was just the way he was able to captivate a room. Jay Legend,
He's actually talks to them. He's in
yeah,
the room. He's like, "Hey, let me tell you
yeah,
this." Like
he's
you're in
looking
a
at him and he's like,
conversation.
"What's up, white bitch?
Yeah, you're like, "Oh
What's
my
up?"
God, it's
Yeah,
so much fun to be in a conversation. I can't believe we get to be in a conversation with Cam right now."
yeah, yeah. So like, I don't know if I wanted to kill like anybody, it would be like, dude, something like that. Like, my favorite bit of stand up is the Bernie Mac. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. Like that what
You
he
want to be the animalistic funny man alpha.
Nah, I don't want to be an elf. I don't know what I do on
You
stage.
want them to pay attention to you because they
Stop trying to put me
love
in a
you.
box, dude. Stop
I'm
trying.
trying to describe that set, that
Yeah,
Lenny Bruce or
Bernie
Bernie
Mac.
Mac set.
It's more of like fearless and like I'm gonna say what I want to say, and you guys are gonna like it, and like whether you fucking believe me right now, you will, and just take them on a ride. Like I like being just myself, and I don't want to ever steer away from something that I think is funny, because I don't ever think that I'm coming from a place of like malice or something bad. Everything is
Really?
always just fun, and
Yeah. You
like even if I'm
never.
even if I'm making fun of somebody, I'm never like, it's all in fun. Like it's all like I'm light. I'm not like fuck that part. I'm never doing that.
Yeah, but what if you're selfish and you're taking the audience's attention to accomplish an emotional need of yours instead of trying to make the audience as happy as possible?
Why not both? I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't think I'm trying to. Yeah, I definitely think every comedian is trying to be selfish, and we're up there to get something for ourselves 100%. But it's
Yeah,
like the best way it feels is when you're having the most fun and the audience is having the most fun. That's the best.
yeah. They don't want to see you just plugging away at it. They want to see the best version of you. And we like comedy is philosophy, whether you like it or not. And we want to see how you live your life and how you view the world.
Yeah.
And you got to progress. If you're just stopped, then it's not interesting. Or you got to like find a good avenue to plateau at or a good strategy. But there has to be some evolution, I think,
Hmm.
maybe. So I think like good comedy is inherent in good selfishness because like we want to see you do what you want to do. You should use the art form, or it should go to a person that's actually going to use it to improve themselves. And it's a powerful tool to be like, oh, I have the audience and the stage to give perspective to these experiences in my life.
Yeah. And you should constantly try and be better at doing that to people or
You
doing
should
that for
be
people.
you should be better at presenting that moment in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Like presenting your life to other people in the best way. I don't know if it necessarily helps your life. I don't think it should. It might help in non-direct ways, like if you have success, but I don't think like your art should make you a better person. I think you should just be a better person as it is. If you need your art form to be a better person, I think that's you're building on ego.
Like people saying
Don't
like fucking getting on stage is their therapy type deal. Like,
yeah.
yeah, I don't like that. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
that should be something completely separate. Like you shouldn't need that to be a better
That's
person.
that's
That's
not the
crazy.
goal. You
Yeah.
improving yourself is in service to comedy.
Yeah.
Like don't put the cart before the heart horse or before
Yeah.
the
Don't.
cart.
Yeah. 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 Then they. Yeah. I get
Because
your.
you can't believe your own bullshit. You can't get high on your own supply. If you're like, oh yeah, I am that guy I am on stage, then
Hmm.
it's like none of being a good person philosophically should come from that. Like I feel like we figured out like Plato, you should be like Buddha. And there's like ways to do that, and none of them say, hey, you should really kill on stage and use that to inform who you are as a person.
Yeah. And then everything is going to be better.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's what makes it beautiful is that it can't be touched, hopefully. Even if you're in a bad place in life, hopefully you can still present to the audience a version of what you think that they like,
Yeah.
which is you pursuing the craft to your uh artistic need.
But you should also still be able to convey and be in the moment and can like talk, because if you're just like if you're removed from it, if you're just saying like fucking like, oh, you should be able to do your set separate from who you are as a person, then it just gets like real mechanical and fucking, it just gets too perfect. Like
Yeah.
it's just too polished. And then you have to be like real in the moment while you're on stage, but you shouldn't be trying to better yourself on stage as like a human.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, if you need it, if you had a bad day and you're like, I just need to get on stage and tell jokes, that would
yeah,
make me feel so much better.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's fine, but
The day my great grandmother died, I went out and I did 2 mics that night. And I didn't know if I should, but I was like, yeah, I should.
I
Yeah.
mean, if you're in a pattern and a habit, and you're like,
Yeah, I was like,
I
if I
usually
don't do
do
this,
this.
I'm what am I gonna do? I'm gonna
I'm
sit and I'm
letting
gonna
my
cry.
grandma win,
Yeah, yeah,
that
that
old hag.
bitch. Do you know how much I have on my plate right now? Now she has to die.
She always makes it about herself.
Oh.
So do you think that this looks sort of like we're in like a weird sort of hallway and we're just like trapped in here till we do a podcast?
Yeah, I feel, yeah, it definitely has like an escape room vibe to
I
it,
know, it's a little too
And then
narrow.
you pull that curtain back and there's like that triangle on the wall. It's like, does that unlock something? If you fucking
They're loot boxes.
yeah.
So what do you think about the whole just thing going on right now with Austin comedy? What's like something that draws your interest in Austin comedy right now?
I don't know. I think you get a lot of different styles. I really like the different styles of comics that you see here, like Grant Adcock and shit. Like his style of comedy is something I've never seen before.
Hmm.
Like what I mean,
Like Miles and
yeah, 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 yeah. Miles is fucking hilarious. I love that guy.
yeah,
But just
he's like a perfect mix of goofy white guy and black suaveness.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's like I like that. I like that I get to see a bunch of different styles and like you can not get bored with what's going on in the scene. You can just see everybody. And then kind of like the access to growth that you have here is amazing.
Yes.
What do you think?
I think it's a very unique scene because it didn't grow up in New York or LA. It's completely independent.
Mhm.
We can move around and we're just solidifying around Joe Rogan right now. But it just proves that we don't need the old systems of power, especially stand-up comedy. That's an art form where you just need an audience.
Mhm.
So that's what we want to do, and we can take that anywhere. We aren't controlled by these LA and New York because if you go there, there's just a bunch of people around, just for no reason. We don't need any of that. So we're free to move around and we can create an art scene wherever we want, and that's freedom and that's democracy, and we can all express our voices.
And I think of no better place than fucking Texas to have that type of outlook on comedy. Like,
Well, it's really putting to test the whole freedom thing. Like, are you really about freedom, even for, people to make jokes about everything?
yeah.
And, Texas is down for it for now.
Yeah.
Who knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah, I mean,
Because Texas could get really weird for comedy if they wanted to. If we started making jokes about certain things that, like if they do something bad or I don't know, it just seems like if they want to, they can bring the hammer down. Like they took away porn.
but that's everything. Like, I mean, that's society, buddy. That's a society we live in. They're trying to make it better. They're trying to make it to where we
No,
don't
they're
have.
not.
Yeah, they're trying to make it to where people
They're
aren't
trying to
allowed
make
to.
it better for them. They're not trying to make it
No,
better for
no, no.
us.
Buy in. If everybody thinks in like a hive mind, everything will be perfect. Okay, know your role, do your job, and live your life.
I think we should think in a hive mind, but we should make it a good hive mind. Just because you're in a hive mind doesn't mean you have to turn off your brain. You can just be like, okay, I'm in this society and I can still think for myself, but I can also be like, hey, maybe we should have porn.
Yeah, this porn thing's really got you upset, huh?
Dude, it's crazy.
But it's not Texas. Texas didn't do that. Texas just wanted an age verification.
No.
And then Pornhub said, okay, well, you want age verification? How about this? We're going
It
to take the
was
whole thing
just
away.
a fucking another thing. They're fucking with porn. They're like, we need this from you and that from you. Give us paperwork. And they're like, dude, if you're gonna keep doing this. So it's like, like they push them. That's what their
Yeah, yeah, for
political,
sure.
we pay taxes. This is
Hmm.
what they think that we want. And it's like, dude, what about creating walkable communities so we don't have to fucking, and what about a train between Houston and San Antonio and Dallas?
Hmm.
Dude, common sense.
Well, do you know what? If we don't have fucking Pornhub here, we'll have a lot more time to build railroad tracks. Okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we gotta hit something with the hammer. I don't
Yeah.
know how you masturbate.
Hammer.
I just think Texas can get squirrely, but it's like we got Joe Rogan here. It's like they can't fuck with Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like he has kind of carte blanche to do whatever the fuck he wants,
He's a
man.
representation of Texas.
He
He
is a
just went out
senator.
there and
He's
did
damn
it.
near a senator, dude. Like,
He's what the best of Texas. He's free. He does whatever the fuck he wants. He's a man.
hmm.
So they can't shit on Joe Rogan without shitting on what it means to be a Texan. So I think Joe Rogan's like got us in its safe cradle.
Yeah, yeah. He put him
But
in a predicament.
have you ever imagined if like a Game of Thrones situation happened and for some reason Joe Rogan just was not in Austin anymore? I don't want to talk like bad things, but I'm just like, like because he's so important. It's like what would happen? There'd be a scramble for power.
Yeah, yeah. There's new gangs in town, people trying to grasp the mothership.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But that one person it creates a vibe and
But
an
is he
energy.
like, I am a big Joe Rogan fan, but like his club brought a bunch of things. But if Joe Rogan left now,
Hmm.
Mothership still stayed a thing, but Joe Rogan left now. I don't know if it all comes crumbling down after that. It definitely loses its luster. You're not going to have fucking Post
Okay.
Malone showing up. You're not going to have.
If Joe Rogan moves, then other people move. So
Yeah,
that's
that's true.
that's the thing. But
Yeah.
if everyone stays the same, you still got Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Adam knows Joe's legacy. He'll carry it forward.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it does lose luster because of those Joe Rogan and Friends shows.
Yeah.
It's just like such a blast. Like it's like a party. It's like Hollywood. All these famous people come out.
Yeah. It's the best. It's the best version of like comedy. I feel like, not saying the comedians are the best versions of, but it's like the show, the place, the atmosphere, all of that shit is put into a perfect spot just for you to fucking just eat from it.
That's a show.
Yeah.
That's what we live for. A
Yeah.
show where it's well produced.
Yep.
You got the audience right where you want them, and
Mm-hmm.
they just set it up just to fucking knock it out of the park. Just
Yeah.
home runs,
It's
and then
plain.
it's
It's
just up to
t-ball.
you.
It's plain t-ball.
Yeah, but it's not like it's the easiest thing in the world to
No,
do them
yeah,
all.
I know. I'm saying like you've already played in the MLB, so t-ball is easy. But I'm saying like,
It's it's a room where they're like expecting the best.
yeah.
So if they sense a little hackiness, then it could get a little squirrely. But
Hmm.
there's Texas audiences are the best
Why is that?
because they want to have a good time. They're ready to laugh. They understand the guttural reaction of laughter is like
Hmm.
all that, just having a good time and
Yeah.
laughing. Like they're not focused on looking cool or looking smart or worried about, what that means.
I hate when I get a sense from a crowd that they are like uh not confident in themselves. Like they're nervous
Yeah.
to be at a comedy show and laugh and be loud and like make noises. Like it's like, when you have to like lose in Orlando, it happens a lot. Like over in the Winter Park area, you'll get like a lot of, you know, housewives with their husbands out, and everybody's just kind of like, when you say something,
Yeah.
and you're
You
just
know
like, yeah,
what's the worst is when they're insecure about themselves, but they're also like arrogant, where they're like, I'm not a good person. And
yeah,
that just wasn't funny.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So it's like they have such high expectations of themselves, but then they're also like,
I don't think those people are good people either.
yeah,
Because
probably
the
not.
fact that you have to show everybody like I'm upset, it's like you're only doing that so because you feel insecure that people think you're not feeling upset because you don't want to be looked at in that way, and that makes you nervous. It's like, bro, if someone came up and was like, "You're a racist," I'll be like, "No, I'm not." Like it is
Hmm.
what it is. But if you're on stage and you say a racist joke that's funny, and they hear everybody laugh around them, and they "Oh, that's racist. I can't laugh at that. That's awful." And then they avoid the whole situation.
Yeah,
It's like, get
they're
the fuck out
badly
of here.
socialized.
Well, there's
They
yeah.
they don't know how to be a part of a room.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of people are proud that they're independent people.
Yeah. Do you do mushrooms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Do you do them for fun, or have you ever had like a eye-opening experience or a change occur because of them?
Um, I
Ah, yeah.
I what mushrooms? Yeah, I love mushrooms. It's like weed. It's like when I want to do weed, but I don't want to smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Take a little mushroom.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
keeps me sharp. It doesn't slow me down like weed does.
Yeah, no, dude, when if you can get that right spot with mushrooms and go up on stage,
Yeah.
that's fucking beautiful.
It's like you're chatty too. Do
Yeah.
you get chatty?
Yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. I just want to keep explaining things and
Yeah.
going and then end up on an idea that I never started on, you know?
Yeah, it's beautiful when you can connect your brain to your mouth like that.
Mm-hmm. It's just free flowing and there's no middle thought that slows you down.
Yeah. So, what about Cam getting injured today? That was crazy.
Oh yeah, I thought he fucking blew out his like
Knee.
ACL or something
Yeah.
because the when he went down, he grabbed his thigh, and I was like, "Fuck, that's a bad one." Like
Yeah.
that's because he was
It's
just
so
driving
funny,
down.
like, because he's such an industry now. Like, you're just like fucking yourself over in so many different ways.
Yeah, just living life and playing basketball.
Yeah, that's what people say, like, in their contracts, it says don't play any extracurricular.
Yeah,
You can work out, but you can't play because you get lost when you're playing. You do things to your body that you would never do if you're just,
yeah, because yeah, you're
you
moving
know,
so fast and like just trying to do something.
there's a ball and you got to chase it.
Yeah, yeah.
That person is right there.
That's like fucking Kevin Holland. Was it Kevin Holland? I think it was Kevin Holland that fucking tore his Achilles playing basketball, pickup basketball game with MMA fighters and blew out. Or Jeremiah was it Jeremiah Hill?
Jemima, Aunt Jemima.
On Jemima Hill, yes.
You're gonna die on this Aunt Jemima hill.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, dude, yeah, I was scared for him getting injured
Yeah,
because
but
now
it's
he,
like comedy. You can still hobble up there.
yeah, yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, he's damn, he's gonna have to go up there in a boot. But then
It's
I
you'd
thought,
have to get seriously fucked up to not be able to do comedy. A career-ending injury for
if
comedy.
you have your entire leg, like all the way from ankle up to hip in like a cast type situation and you're on crutches, you're still going on stage and performing that way, you know?
That's my new bit.
Yeah,
The
yeah, you
crutches
got
guy.
10
That's
minutes.
funny.
Yeah.
That's why retards do so well. It's like and Kill Tony. It's like
Yeah.
it would be funny if you went on stage like this,
Yeah, yeah.
but you can't do that. But if you have to, then you're like, okay, I'm gonna make it work. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
I mean, funniest, but like some people don't want that note hit over and over again. They don't want to laugh at a retard over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's hard to, it's distracting after a while.
But I mean, it's like it's not like as long as they're not constantly making retard jokes, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Like I hate when I like that's all you do. Like there was this kid in Orlando, he had a little hand, and that was like everything he talked about was just his little hand. And it's like,
Yeah.
don't you have a different thought? Don't you want to talk about something different than your fucking little T-Rex arm, you know?
Well, don't you think that there's some things that you want to talk about, but you can't on stage yet because you just need to go through it and develop as a person more?
Yeah.
What
100%.
is that?
Just like my childhood, my life
You want to
growing
talk
up.
about your childhood?
Yeah, like my
When I was a boy,
yeah, back when I was a lad.
it was uphill both ways, Sonny.
Yeah, in the
That'd
snow,
be great. You
shoeless.
have like a great face for telling old stories.
Yeah, I have a lot of stories, but I don't know. I don't like.
You look like you could be in Game of Thrones
Thanks,
telling an
appreciate that.
old story.
Yeah,
It's old story Billy.
never seen Game of Thrones, so I can't make any references to that show.
You look like you belong in the 1200 BCs,
Okay, there
just
we go.
farming at the
Just
land.
with a fucking Sith, just fucking
Yeah.
cutting through. I like that.
You're a you have a timeless look.
Or isn't it? That'd be pretty timey, actually. If I look like I'm from the 1800s, wouldn't that be a timey
Well,
look?
you're here now, so you've traveled through time.
I am. I'm an old soul. Yeah.
What's what do you think I look like?
I don't know, dude. What the fuck? A kamikaze pilot. What do you want me to say
A
right
kamikaze.
I don't know what you look like. I don't know a lot of Asians.
You don't think that I look like North Korean starvation baby?
No, you look more
Like my face is
Tokyo
open to,
drifting away. That's what you look like.
like my face is drifting away.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So, you
Yeah.
what should we do now? What do you want to answer some questions?
I feel like I've been doing that this entire time. Yeah. Fucking jeez. Yeah.
What kind of stuff do you want to say?
Nothing. Follow me on Instagram, B_Swift comedy.
How's your Instagram doing?
I've got to kill Tony Bump, but
Nice.
other than that, I got like
Because you're
800.
very composed, and a lot of people, they want composure. You can't just go up on stage and just be like, "Blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
and panic.
Yeah.
So that they gave them a solid personality for them to fucking cling on to.
Yeah, that's the whole reason. Like, I was so fucking nervous for that, dude. Like, my knees were shaking underneath my pants, and I was genuinely worried that people could see it, like in the audience,
Yeah.
because like I was trying to hold it. I was
What
trying
is your general feel of the mood of that audience? What do they feel like?
just they're all smiling at you. Like when I walked out,
Yeah.
I was like, why is everybody fucking smiling at me right now? And they're all just like waiting. They're just like dogs waiting to be fed.
So it's a heightened environment. It's like set up for
It was so
comedy.
fucking cool. It was so cool. Like the jokes that I did because I was nervous about fitting other ones into a minute. And I knew those jokes, but they weren't like the best jokes, you know. And they hit hard, and they knew like the laughs hit, and I was like, "Fuck, that was awesome."
Nice.
But
So you got the reaction you were expecting and hoping for,
hoping for
and
sure.
so you were confident to move forward.
In the I thought, yeah, I thought I'd do better in the interview than I would do in the minute for sure. But I didn't know what to expect. You know.
Yeah, because you want to be funny, but you also don't want to be too like clowny in the interview. The thing is that it's crazy that because sometimes it doesn't even matter how loud the audience is. If I was expecting more and I don't get it, then I get disappointed. And I've been focusing on doing comedy where even if I don't get the response I want, it doesn't affect my mood.
Yeah.
Where I'm not like, oh fuck you guys then,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what that just tanks it. Because
Yeah.
if you can salvage it, then you should. You shouldn't just tank it.
Yeah. Because yeah, that's just a parachute that you pull where you're just like fucking.
But you should address what's happening in the room.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Like
have to
if
talk
you
about it.
do a real bad one and everyone's like, oh,
Yeah.
then you should be like, well, you guys didn't like that one.
Yeah.
Well, how about this other one? Ah.
Yeah. Exactly. Keep the show going. Like just
Yeah.
because one joke doesn't hit doesn't mean. Now there are times I will say there are times where it's okay to go kind of like nuclear. You know, where you're just like not at
Yeah.
a show.
But it's rare. You
It's
shouldn't do
very
that a
rare.
lot.
Yeah. Very rare. Yeah. But it's fun.
Yeah, but that's hard to do, when you're supposed to do it. So
Yeah.
most people want to do it before it's ready, before they should.
Well, that's the whole thing with comedy. Everything's trial and error. So you got to run it. You got to, if that's
Yeah.
your thing, you got to try it. You
But
got to,
what reason would you have to snap on an audience
yeah,
if
no,
they
there,
didn't laugh at your jokes
because you're
and
not
they're
trying to be
making you
funny.
feel bad? Yeah.
At that point, you're not trying to be funny. All you're trying to do is fucking suicide bomb a show.
So you're trying to be funny, so you're like, okay, let me only be funny. So you're willing to be self-deprecating. Like, how far would you take it? Because some people that don't take any,
Oh,
they're
no,
just like, I'm gonna find a way to be funny without hurting myself at all.
no, I'm, I'm the biggest joke ever. Fucking make fun of me. I don't give a shit. Yeah. Like that's
Yeah.
part of it is like, you're a comedian, you're an entertainer.
Well,
You
I think
should,
that works in comedy.
yeah.
I think Bernie Mac is an exception, where he's like,
So confident on stage.
he's not taking any shit.
Yeah.
But because the audience is so hostile up to that point,
Yeah,
so
but
they deserve it.
even the way that he did it in like a fucking like a pimp ass way. Like he was like he went up there, hit a joke, they laughed, and he goes, "I don't think you understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers." And he's like, "Yeah, like see, this is my shit," you
It's
know?
there. He's talking to them in a way that they can understand
Yeah, and
up
then
to
he
that
hits him
point.
again, and
Yeah,
then it kick it, the fucking music coming in, like he
yeah.
goes, "Hey guys, this is my
And they're
shit."
actual jokes.
Yeah,
They're like, oh yeah, we do like hearing jokes. We just needed to be set up correctly for us.
Kind of like woken up and like I hate seeing people that like they're going to continue to do their act, but they take a step back with it, you know?
Uh huh.
They're not hitting it the same way. They're just like they already bombed for the first 2 minutes or something. They tried a new bit up front and then after that they're just beaten. So then they're just like going through the mode, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, how
Like,
you doing?
I know
Yeah.
you think I suck. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm doing something that you don't even understand.
Yeah, yeah. Hair flip in front of them like who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah.
We're all a joke. Everything's a joke.
I mean, it's such a clearly defined art form where you're trying to make people laugh. So it's like, but if you all spec into, if you put all your energy into being good at shitty audiences, like, come on, motherfuckers,
Yeah.
what you doing? You over here drooling like a stupid ass motherfucker. Uh, well, if you do that, then you're not gonna be good at your fucking Comedy Central or your late night spot or like it's joke, joke, joke.
Yeah.
Because you can't just be like, God damn, you look stupid up there.
Yeah, you gotta have jokes. I mean, that's the thing with comedy. You
Well,
gotta have
that'd be
jokes.
funny if you just went to the Tonight Show and you were like, "You dumbass
Yeah,
motherfuckers,"
look
and
at you fucking TV watching motherfucking
or to
brainwashed ass.
go up on Kill Tony and just be like, "You look stupid as fuck right
Yeah,
now."
that might work.
Anyways,
That might work. Yeah. Oh shit, you look
man, y'all
dumb as
look
fuck.
stupid as fuck.
All right, we'll keep this going.
But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
I have to go, homeboy.
okay.
So
Thank you, man.
yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks
Appreciate
for
it.
shaking my hand.
Well, that was a weak shake, but yeah, I won't fist bump you. I know how much you hate that.
No, it's my fault. I started the fight, and I feel bad. If Darius will have me back,
Nah, bro.
I'll be
Fuck it.
back.
Nah, bro. Stand on business.
Oh yeah, that's the world that Darius comes from, or he says he does.
I don't find him to be a real like gangster about that life kind of